What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Scary Sundays. Today's topic is dealing with things that are outside of your control. And I have a very poignant story for you guys that honestly I'm still pretty triggered by. So here's the deal. Today's actually Saturday. I'm recording this a little bit early. But the reason is because tomorrow I have a very busy day because I'm flying to Spain for a remix contest that I won. If you guys follow me, you probably saw that. Crazy, amazing opportunity. I'm so excited to go to Ibiza to perform and just honored to be selected for this remix contest. So I found out about this like 3 weeks ago. And, one of the first things I did after I found out was go to the Spanish travel website and make sure that they're all good with COVID stuff. And I'm vaccinated. I was vaccinated in February of last year. And, um, to be fair, I didn't check as closely as you guys will hear and as I continue with the story as I could have. But when I checked back then, it said, yeah, you just need to be vaccinated and then you can go to Spain. So fast forward to yesterday, there's like one of those online forms that you have to fill out, right? That we have to fill out to go to different countries now with COVID. And so I'm filling out the form, like putting in my passport information, everything's going fine. And then it gets to the section where I have to enter in my vaccination records and information and my date of vaccination. So I enter it in and I get a big error message and it just says, vaccination expired. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, what's going on? And then I do a little more research and I realize that my vaccine was in February of 2021, and all the EU countries currently have a policy that if you have a vaccine, if you're an American citizen and you have a vaccine, um, it has to be less than 9 months old. Otherwise, it's considered expired unless you have a booster that's within that 9 month period. And I never got a booster because, frankly, without turning this into one of those discussions, I just didn't agree that with the mandates that we all needed to get boosters after getting a vaccine that was questionably efficable, questionably effective anyway, but we don't have to go down that rabbit hole. But I had just made a choice, like I'm not going to get a booster. I didn't really need to in New York, and generally to travel, I didn't need to until now. So today I had to go get a booster, and I was pretty pissed because, um, first of all, like I just genuinely don't want to keep putting that in my body. Like I'm fine. I'm not like an anti-vax or anything. I'm not saying it's poison or that the corona doesn't exist. So like I'm not going down any of those, conspiracy rabbit holes. It's just for me personally, after having the two vaccines and then continuing to get COVID over and over again, after that, not over and over, but I got it twice after getting vaccinated. And just basically realizing that for me, like my immune system is essentially the most effective response, more so than any of these vaccines. That was the conclusion I drew. So I didn't really want to get the booster. Um, but so I was pissed that I had to get it. I basically forced to get it. Otherwise, I can't go to Spain. But the other reason that I think maybe might be more universally applicable to people, regardless of what your views are on the vaccine, is that the last two times that I got the last two times I got the vaccine, I got pretty sick the next day. And like, this is like an important trip, right? Like I won a remix contest. Microsoft's like, I'm getting flown out there by a corporation and I'm doing some performances. Luckily, my flight is a red eye tomorrow. Luckily on Monday, I have nothing. I can just rest and chill. And then Tuesday is when things start to get going. So if I am feeling kind of sick for the next couple of days, it's not the biggest deal as long as I'm good to go by Tuesday. But it's still not ideal, right? Like I've been taking such good care of myself and like really making sure that I'm like good to go. And then all of a sudden, like I'm forced to put something into my body that like is likely going to make me feel some kind of way that's not optimal. And that was the part that just like really frustrated me. It's like I'm basically like, in order to get in this country, I have to like make myself sick. And without going down the rabbit hole, the point of the Scary Sundays is not to rant about the vaccine. It's to use this as an example of this was a situation where I was completely like not in control. Like it was just one of those like super frustrating situations where like you're just internally fuming because you're like, what the hell? Like this is does it just seems to make so little sense and seems so backwards, but there's nothing you can do and you have to just comply, you know? And we've all been in those situations where we just don't agree. We just have to suck it up and comply. And it can be very difficult to do that, especially when you feel strongly about something and you have to do the opposite of that. And so the reason that I bring it up is because I think it's just such a beautiful lesson from the universe in acceptance. It's like every spiritual teaching 101, just like accept what is, and you're not in control of what happens, but you're in control of your response. Like all those cliches come into play in these moments when we feel so frustrated and don't want to hear them. That's when they can come to our aid if we can open ourselves up and actually try to embody that wisdom of acceptance. And so I'm trying to do that. And the other thing that I'm trying to do, which I think is actually a fun little game, and this is like basically like I'm taking the situation and trying to turn it into like a positive experiment for myself, because I've been getting really into manifestation. I mean, I've always kind of been interested in it, but lately I've been actually practicing it twice a day, like closing my eyes for 5-10 minutes and like thinking about what do I want? Okay. And then like trying to visualize that reality and feel it with all five of my senses, feel it emotionally, what it would feel like. And then when I open my eyes, I try to take one inspired action in the direction of that thing. So typically it's like has to do with music and goals and stuff. But today, when I woke up knowing that I was going to get the booster in a few hours, I woke up and I did my meditation. And the thing that I am trying to manifest, the thing that I'm going to manifest, let me use some more affirmative language, is that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and feel incredible. I'm going to have zero symptoms of the booster. And I'm using this as just like a little experiment to see, okay, let's see how powerful the mind really is. Like, can we actually embody what all these sages and spiritual traditions have been saying for centuries? Can we actually go internally and focus our attention so much in the direction that we want to be in that we can create that reality? So I did it this morning. I'm going to do it again tonight after this video before I go to bed. I'm just going to sit down, close my eyes, get centered, get present, and just fully feel the reality of waking up tomorrow and just feeling so relieved that I have no symptoms from the booster and I'm just fully healthy. In fact, I'm like full of energy. I feel great. And I have the added uh, excitement of knowing that nothing happened and my manifestation worked. So like feeling all those feelings. So I'm practicing that, and it's a short experiment because I'm going to find out tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll probably like post on my story. It'll like probably be able to see by my face whether or not my manifestation efforts have worked. Um, Also, just in case I'm losing some of you and getting way too woo woo, I also took 40,000 MCUs of vitamin D. I've been like mainlining zinc and vitamin C, so I'm taking all the precautions possible because I want to be in tip-top shape, and I have a red eye on economy tomorrow anyways, so like not gonna be the best night of sleep, or maybe it will if I manifest it. So that's a scary Sunday for today. Uh, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. Feel free to share your experiences of coming up against impenetrable levels of frustration until you penetrate them with love and consciousness and manifesting a different reality. Love you guys.